Shipping and Aviation, Chairman of SLAVO, distinguished gentlemen, also ladies. Pleasure to be here. I'm privileged. Thank you very much for having me today this evening. Last year I think I missed it for some unavoidable reason, but thought I should make it this time without fail. So here I am. And it so happens that it coincides with the day that I complete 1 year in my present position at the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. Can't think of a better way than to celebrate with you all who have been very supportive of me, who have been supporting your support and your advice and guidance has come a long way. And of course, I also must acknowledge at this point that I have the wonderful privilege and of course the guidance also of the Honorable Minister and the Secretary and also all people at the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. I was not forgetting all of you. So thank you very much for making my year that much more easier in my position here at the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. But work has just really started and we got much to complete in the future as well. We have just set the stage for the future. As the chairman, SLAVO was already mentioned, the challenges ahead of us are that much greater. We can't be complacent with our position at the moment at the Sri Lanka Ports Authority or the Colombo Port to be the premier hub port in the Indian Ocean. Of course, the Indian Ocean represents, I suppose, about 20% of the world oceans, and of course, it connects about 3 continents. But that said, connectivity, being price competitive, is very important. But we also can't undermine the importance of being customer-centric and of course being customer-oriented. We acknowledge the fact that we have some deficiency at the port. We have much to do at the Sri Lanka Ports Authority and of course the Port of Colombo to be that much better in the future. So we are doing our best. As you know, we are embarking on the port community system. I hope that would, of course, with digitalization, cut most of the bureaucracy, of course, and then the documentation, of course, make it that much more easier and make the systems much more easier and much more efficient in the future. Also, that said, with the capacity increase in the future, if you're hoping next 2 years, we're hoping to increase our capacity by about 100% actually. We are at the moment about 7.5 million, 8 million TEUs, but in the next 2 years we hope that number to increase to about 40 to 50 million TEUs. And it's others' task for us to make sure that just as much as we increase the capacities, we also got to fill that capacity with the demand. And of course, to do that, we got to be competitive, we got to have the connectivity, we got to be customer-centric. And while we are doing all this, we can't be complacent, of course, and sit on our laurels and say that, okay, everything is fine. So just as much as all the ports in the region, especially in the Indian continent and also the Middle Eastern region, all the ports are increasing their upping their game. So we have got to be in touch with the reality. Of course, we have to make sure that we are our game as well. So we as a Port of Colombo, we are making sure that that we are gearing up for the future, getting our standards up, making sure that we have the capacities, we have the facilities, and also all the required infrastructure necessary for the future. So we need to have the infrastructure including things like the logistics centers for the future, and that is being done. And we also got to bring more value addition to the port. That too we are also thinking through, and of course many of you have already spoken to us about more value-added services at the Port of Colombo, and of course we make sure that we create the capacity and of course the space for that to happen. So let's hope together. As much as I want to, first of all, thank you all for the journey so far at the Port of Colombo. Your existence has been great, but we count on your support in the future as well. And of course, without your support, we can't go ahead. And we also, with the participation of the Minister in the future, we plan to visit some of the principals so that we can, of course, explain to them what our plans, so that they can also plan ahead with us. And so let's hope together we can grow as the Port of Colombo in the future. But I also want to make a special remark at this point, that you are fortunate to have a chairman in Shamal who is so loyal, of course, is so patriotic, and of course makes it goes over and above his deep call of duty to make sure that the Port of Colombo is always served with new services. And I know that he was already in India recently, amidst all the new challenges that are coming up, to make sure that the Port of Colombo is not short of its services. So thank you, Shama, for your support, and of course thank you very much for you all, and of course I thank you and wish you all a good evening and a future ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bernard. Although I gave you a surprise, thank you for sharing your words of wisdom and giving everybody words of motivation. Thank you once again. And I'm sure everybody is going to join me in wishing him all the very best in his tenure as the chairman. May you stay longer and longer. But would you put your hands together for a round of applause? Well, this very special fellowship will be incomplete if I do not invite this very special personality, the Honourable Minister, Honourable Nimal Siripada de Silva, to address you all. Everybody, a round of applause. Honourable Sir, over to you.